Hey guys, Unfrequented World, Tuesday night, 11 o'clock. Just got home from golf. And Tuesday is men's night. So we had a fire over at Brandon's for an hour and a couple of drinks. And the mosquitoes actually died down. So I thought tonight is the perfect night to go back and sit on the deck for a couple hours, watch the night sky, and listen for the screamer. So I wanted to talk to you guys about the last video, which was me going out to the trail cameras and the eerie, creepy feeling I had in the bush. A lot of you guys mentioned in the comments that you could sense the eeriness, the creepiness in the forest. And it made me think, is it because I'm telling you it's creepy, or do you have an innate sense, just knowing, just looking at a scene, something's not right? Because I'll tell you guys, that stretch of forest we were in, you guys have seen it in 100 videos. We snow machine back there, we snowshoe, we hike, we four-wheel, the trail cameras are always there. And I would say 9 times out of 10, I don't feel anything strange or off. But the other night, something was off. I could hear voices, and I could hear a scream. And we actually played the scream back. It wasn't a great recording because it was so windy, but it just proves that I'm not crazy. There was something there. It sounded like a little girl screaming. And this was coming from way back in the swamp. Not any of the houses around here. Not the right direction at all. So I don't know what that was. Could it have been an animal away off in the distance, and with all the wind I just didn't hear it properly? Yeah, it could be. But accompanying those voices and the screaming was that really heavy feeling of, hey, something's not right. You shouldn't be here. Don't go deep into the forest tonight. And I didn't. I changed out the SD cards and the cameras, and I got out of there. I just found it really funny that a lot of you guys online mentioned, hey, just watching the video, I can sense this feeling of you shouldn't have been there. You did the right thing by getting out. So I just thought it was odd that you guys pointed that out. We're going to run the parabolic right here on the deck and just see what we capture for the next few hours, and then I'll leave it running at the bush line when I go to bed. I can hear something walking right there. Something moving through the bush. Now I can hear Gage barking in the house. And just to note, we're not using the headlamp. We're using the infrared light in the yard only. As I showed you guys in the last video, we get all kinds of critters that come through the yard. So I've got baby deer, porcupines, coyotes do come right up to the back of the yard where it's cleared. I get them on the trail camera all the time. So I can hear something walking out here, but it could be anything. The fox is always in the yard. So even in the last parabolic recordings, after midnight, we got some really strange, loud bangs. I can't say for 100% certainty that my neighbors aren't up after midnight banging around. But I don't know what the parabolic dish is picking up. Metallic banging. I don't even know what the metal would be that's being banged on. Nobody's house has metal on it around here. We're all spaced out, 100, 200 yards apart. And there's probably only 15 houses down here on this road, and there's miles and miles and miles of swamp back there with nothing in it. So we are right on the edge of town. And when I put the dish out and I run it from midnight till 3 or 4 in the morning, I get all these strange bangs and knocks and metallic sounds, and it even sounds like gunshots sometimes. So I don't know. An owl. Do you hear that? An owl. A few people pointed out in the last video some strange noises that I didn't hear when I was in the bush filming. But after you guys brought it to my attention, I'm not sure what they are, what the sounds are. It was very windy, and they time-stamped them, so go back and watch that video, guys. There are some strange noises there. Like a yell at one point, I don't know. We do hear the screaming. I amplified that for you guys, but there's a couple other things that people have pointed out. Go through the comments on the last video, and they've time-stamped them, so check those out. Make sure you're wearing headphones too, guys. I don't know. So tonight after golf, over at Brandon's across the street, it was the same group of guys that were at Tom's last week when we saw the blue light. And we discussed it. And we've all come to the conclusion, we've agreed, it wasn't the comet that we saw. We saw the light over here to my left, going towards my backyard. Brandon is across the street over there. The comet would be on Brandon's side of the road. The Big Dipper is, across the road that way, so completely wrong direction. And Brandon was saying that they went down south to their cottage this week, and they could see the comet with their naked eye across the lake, and they could see the tail. They said it wasn't moving. You have to look at the certain time of night. He said that is not what we saw going over the treetops. I already knew that, but even Tom agreed tonight that's not what we saw. Now Brandon said, well, I think it was a plane. And Tom and I both agreed it wasn't a plane. You couldn't hear anything, and it wasn't that high above the treetop. So it's really quiet out here tonight. Frogs and crickets. I do hear the odd thing moving through the bush, but could be just animals, I don't know. I'm going to leave the parabolic dish. It's after midnight right now. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to turn on the dish and just leave it recording. And we'll analyze the footage tomorrow.